All right, well, welcome back everybody. We have got a little bit of rain the last couple of days. I don't know if it's enough to really make this where it's going to cut great. This has been really hard packed and dry for a while. And we're about in the middle of my 7-acre food plot here. And I've got it separated in two different sections. Right here to the right, I leave it grass and never till it in because we used to, when I would disc it in, we'd get a real heavy rain. There's enough of a slope and natural funnel here, it washes out bad. So I try to separate my top section that I usually do for deer from my bottom section that I do for dove. So we're going to start on the dove section today, try to make a few cuts. If it's if it's dry and it's too bad and I want to stop, have to wait for a few more rains. We've been getting a lot of misting rains the last couple of days, but just not a lot of volume there. So we'll set these discs to aggressive right here, put them in the dirt. Let's see what happens. Ever since I mowed this was winter oats. I just put a tremendous amount of seed on the ground. I've left it growing since last year. And there has been turkeys in here all day long scratching. Actually, I just run a few out of the field pulling in here. Doesn't seem like no matter what time of day I come down, they're out here just picking up all these seeds. And I've been noticing a lot of dove flying in the afternoons too, coming down here, which is one reason that I like leaving winter oats all through the winter and then cut them down middle of summer like this or early summer. So I'll disc this in a few times, then we'll get to planting brown top millet for our dove shoot coming up this fall. So I've already got my front disc set pretty aggressive, about as aggressive as I want to go. But this back set here, always for my first cutting, I tend to set stuff quite aggressive. I think I'm going to set them one more. Now that I got these turned in this direction and those turned out that direction, they should cut a whole lot better, but I don't know, we'll see. The ground does feel pretty dry. this actually turned out a whole lot better than I was thinking. It's still extremely dry. It just doesn't look like there's much moisture there at all, but it's got just enough moisture that it's not kicking up a big dust bowl out here. Although, even though now I'm turning it over, I could come back out this afternoon and this stuff would be so dried out from the sun, it'll be crazy. So ultimately what I'm trying to accomplish here is, because I've allowed all this to grow since last fall, there's a lot of weeds that's growing out here. They've put on seed heads, plus there's seed in the soil. So I'm trying to replant the seed there, disturb the soil, go ahead and put the weed seed in the ground, and not on purpose, not like it sounds. What I'm trying to accomplish is once you bury all that weed seed, it's going to come back up pretty quick. So I'll let this sit for a couple weeks, come out here, then I'll chop it in again. And that's key. You want to get back out here and chop it in again before the weeds that are popping up have time to put on seed heads again. So that's how you're killing this field off. Plus I'm chopping up all these stalks, putting organic matter back in, but ultimately the key here is disturb the soil, disturb whatever seeds are down there, plant whatever seeds there are out here. As soon as they start coming back, come out here, disc it in again, cover all that up to kill everything off. And then I'll do it one more time to kill off whatever comes back up, and you'll wind up with a mostly weed-free field doing that without having to come out and put a bunch of herbicides across your field. But like I said, the key is just don't let your weeds keep constantly going back to seed before you get out here. Otherwise, all you're doing is just replanting and replanting. So I guess we're gonna kick it and fast forward, try to knock out the rest of this field, and if we have time today, we'll jump on this little upper plot here that I normally do for deer and try to disc it in as well. That way, if we get some rain here before long, I can run back out here in another week or two, disc it in again, and try to cut it up heavily. These stalks should be a little more rotten by then too, and will cut even better. got it all done. So for the first time turning in, it doesn't look too bad. Chopped it up quite nicely. There's some areas out there that's still thick and sticking up, but that's okay. Give it another couple weeks for those stalks to rot. Then once I get some moisture in this ground and start really cutting it, by the next time they'll start cutting those stalks and turning them under, letting them rot underground, which is just the way I like it. So I'll probably turn this under 2 more times before I'll level it and then plant it and mill it. So fingers crossed we get some rain over the next few weeks and I can do that. Well, we're probably going to wrap this video up here. I don't know how long it's run on, but don't run off just yet. I'm going to include some pictures and a video clip right here at the end of some animals. And I've had one subscriber who's been asking a lot about bear pictures. Oh, we have bears that come here quite often. Sadly, they're not very photogenic. Sometimes you just get bits and pieces of them. We'll wait for Mr. Cicada here. Hey, I'm trying to record an outro here. And, one person in particular has been asking a lot about bear pictures. We have bears that frequent the property a lot, but a lot of times they come at night time. They're just not very good pictures. But I did have a nice size big boar come the other day and gave me a few daytime photos. So those are pretty rare around here, the daytime photos. So I'm going to be sure to include those there right here at the end. So like I said, stick around for that. With that said, thank you so much for watching. I'll bring y'all back here and we'll continue to work the food plot as we get rain. Then we'll plant it. And hopefully here in a few months, we're actually out here harvesting some dove off of this food plot because we sure love to eat those. Thanks so much for watching. Well, I walked down here to get a measurement out of this shooting house for a viewer, and by the time I could run back up and get my camera, this old Tom quit strutting. There was a bunch of ladies out here in the field. Now it's starting to pour rain. He's still strutting, but they've done run in the woods to get out of the rain. So I thought I was going to get y'all a show on camera. When I got up this morning, I heard him down here just a hollering. They were out here in this food plot picking up all those oat seeds that I just mowed down.